What's happening, guys? It's Jeremy Blanton with Remax Southern Shores, and today I want to share with you 10 things I wish I knew before moving to Myrtle Beach. I've lived here now for a little over 20 years, and these are some things that I have learned that people moving to the area don't quite understand about the uniqueness of Myrtle Beach and things that are going to help make your transition to the area much easier. So let's get going. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the weather. When we moved here from the Northeast, we brought with us the snow shovels, the snow boots, all of that stuff. And here's the thing, you don't need any of it. In fact, I did a whole video a while back talking about does it snow here? You can check it out in my channel here. But here's the reality, it only is going to snow a little bit. My daughter, who is now 6, has only ever seen snow twice, and it has lasted less than a day each time that she has seen it. So most days you're gonna see if there is a dusting of snow, it falls, and usually by lunchtime or just a little bit thereafter, it is all melted. We're back in the 40 to 50 degree weather, and you're going to be back to enjoying beautiful time outside. You know, one of the big advantages about living here in Myrtle Beach versus other parts of the country is that you're still gonna get the 4 seasons. We have a gorgeous fall where the leaves fall off the trees. You're going to see a little bit cooler weather. Then we have that great and amazing winter where you're going to see a little bit of coolness. You might have a few days where the temperature gets down below freezing, but on most days it's back up into the 40s or 50 by lunchtime. Then we have a gorgeous spring with things blooming everywhere, and of course our awesome summer where you get to go down, enjoy that beach, enjoy the rays, and take it all in. Now, one of the things I would say is this though about our summers here at the beach. It is not like some people say in other parts of the country, a dry heat. It is hot and it is humid. Our humidity here is going to be very high. And so just expect if you're gonna be outside doing something during the summertime for more than 5 minutes, you're more than likely gonna break a good sweat. Number 2, the wildlife and bugs that you may see in the area are not gonna be what you're always used to. You know, we moved from the Northeast, and when we first moved here, the first time I saw an alligator, I was like, oh my gosh! But here's the reality. You let those alligators alone, they're not gonna bug you. And then the other thing that I get a lot of complaints about are the bugs that you may see in your house. Finding earwigs in our area, or termites, or even roaches are not an uncommon thing. Listen, we live in a hot, warm climate, which is great for them to grow. So, if you have that problem happening at your house, call a pest control company, get set up on a quarterly treatment, and you won't have that problem anymore. Number 3, our area is more than just Myrtle Beach. You know, there are different sections here in the area that all get kind of lumped together as Myrtle Beach. But the reality is this, people living inside the city limits of Myrtle Beach is a very, very small fraction of the people who live here. There are areas like Carolina Forest, Sockasty, Conway, Aynor, North Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, Surfside, Garden City, and so many others, which is where most of the locals live and reside. Why? Because they can find things that are gonna be great to live, they're a little bit farther away from all the tourist things, and it's gonna make life a lot easier to live. Number 4, this one was a little shocker to me when I moved here because I came from the Northeast, and in Pennsylvania where I lived, we had professional teams. So I grew up watching the MLB, watching the Sixers on the NBA, and you know, the Philadelphia Eagles on the NFL and all of those things. But here in South Carolina, you don't have a professional sports team. So the big question is always asked this, are you a cock or are you a tiger? People want to know. It doesn't matter if you don't care for either of the teams or if you do. People want you to make a decision. So you need to decide real quick before moving here. Do you want to follow the USC Gamecocks or the Clemson Tigers? Number 5, pay attention to ordering iced tea. You know, growing up in the Northeast, I'd go into a restaurant, I'd order a tea, and it would come to the table. But here in the South, you have to pay attention. If you're not used to that sugary sweetness, amazingness of iced tea, then you need to make sure when you go into a restaurant that you order unsweetened tea versus the sweetened, because if not, you'll be in for a big shocker. But if you order that unsweet tea, I don't know what might be wrong with you. Number 6, the name of the county that we live in is called Horry County. It's an Horry, and it is spelled with the H that is silent, just like in the word honest. So if you walk around the area and you say Horry County, people are gonna know right away you're not from around here. So make sure you say that H silently and you can fit right in. And if you truly want to be a local, say it with a little bit of a drawl like this, Horry County, and nobody will know that you're not from here. Number 7, where is this Backgate? You know, when we moved to the area, people would always reference the Backgate, and there's this business which is just south of the Backgate, and I could never figure out where they were talking about. Here back in the day, there used to be an Air Force base in Myrtle Beach, and it was just south of the airport, and it had an entrance that went out from it onto 17 bypass, and that was known as the Backgate. Nowadays, it is the main entrance into Market Common off of 17 bypass. So if somebody makes reference to the Backgate, now you know how to find it. Number 8, know which roads you should take and which ones to avoid. South Carolina as a whole has been growing rapidly over the last several years, and one of the things that has not been able to keep up with the influx of people coming to the area are the road systems. One of the things you want to do is know which roads to take and which ones not. I remember when we were here on vacation one time and we wanted to go to the movie theater just 3 miles away from our hotel, that it took us almost 2.5 hours because it was a rainy, dreary day and all the traffic was backed up like a parking lot. So get yourself familiar with Carolina Bays Parkway. It's a 6-lane highway that you can get on and travel from the northern end of the beach to the southern at 65 miles an hour and not get stopped along the way. It will make life a lot easier on you. Also, know where the swing bridges are and how to avoid those. Down on the southern end, you have one in Socastee, and up on the northern end, there's one in the North Myrtle Beach Little River area. If you're traveling through those areas of the waterway on a Saturday afternoon and it's sunny, beautiful boating weather, you're more than likely gonna be stopped as it's gonna be open, and it'll add easily 10 to 15 minutes to your trip. Number 9, seafood is always going to be better when it's not on a buffet. You know, as I talk to clients all the time, the one thing they ask to go to eat is, where's a good place to go get seafood? And they normally rattle off 3 or 4 of the buffet chains here in the area and want to know which one should they go to get their fix. And I always tell them this, skip all of those and go to some of the other local restaurants. If you want fresh, just caught seafood that was local to the area, take a trip down to Murrells Inlet, visit some of those restaurants down there, and you're gonna find a much better quality food than you ever could at those buffets. Most of them, it's frozen coming from a seafood farm somewhere, and it's nowhere near local. Number 10, learn to love the low country. Here along the coast of South Carolina, you're going to find this area is also known as the low country, and a lot of the restaurants in the area even do what's called low country cooking, meaning that they're going to cook you some food that is local to the area. One of the things that I learned when I moved to the area was the Loris Bog Off. I had no clue what chicken bog was, and it's actually not a difficult thing to make. It's a simple recipe with chicken, smoked sausage, and rice made together in one pot, and it is delicious. So check out some of the low country cuisine where you can have fried chicken, fried rice, gumbo, all that kind of yummy stuff. It's known as low country cooking here in our area, and something you're gonna learn to love. And lastly, the final bonus tip that I want to give you today is this: learn to relax. When you move to Myrtle Beach, it is a much more relaxed, easygoing atmosphere than that which you may be used to if you came from the Northeast. People here are going to move a little slower. They're going to have a little bit more time on their hands, and they're going to take things much easier. And if you can adopt that same mentality and lifestyle into your life, you're going to see your stress go away. And if you are having a stressful day, take a trip down to the beach, sit there for an hour, and all your cares will go away as well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed these 10 things to know before moving to Myrtle Beach. If so, make sure you give it a thumbs up as always. Get that bell on so that you can catch future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.